community, I need to say a big thanks to you. So your channel not only helping others, it also helping the person who is coming for your YouTube session. So we got lot of requests and you are helping them directly, but we also get that privileges to help some people over phone call or little bit knowledge what we have. So it's a good chain or ecosystem you have created. So thanks for that. And yes, apart from that, so today I thought let us give a real picture what currently going on. So before that, I have only two disclaimer. One is I have the rights to be wrong, and second is that I may be little bit of honest, and some sentences of something may be rude, but don't take it personally. It's my own analysis, what I have written down, and just uh, give like if you think that that analysis is okay, and if you think I am wrong, as a scrum master I also looking for the feedback. So you are free to give your honest feedback also, that where I need to improve. So that's all.
Let's begin, Abhishek. What kind of queries you have jotted down? What kind of queries you are getting from different people?
Yeah, so in the last 3 4 months, generally I used to get the query like, Abhishek, any tip what to speak during the interview? So I told them that please be yourself, please have some smile, because smile increase your face value. So you can have a smile, so it can always give the confidence who is taking the interview. But in last 1 month I got the question that some companies are actually asking to have a demo, that how you are going to do a scrum ceremonies, how you are going to teach the organization that agile is required. And in the last week someone has called me and he is asking that the question has completely different, and they are asking that will you be able to perform the role of a project manager, will you be able to perform the role of a tester in case anyone is leaving, because the resignation is all around the world. So now you can think of the questions are completely changed, or what I can say, it is matured. Because I am very honest to say that when I got my first job, the question was, have you gone through the Scrum guide? Do you know what is the duration of Scrum ceremonies? Can you tell me the 5 values of Scrum? But nowadays, nobody is looking for this question. Nowadays, people are asking about whether you are having the safe knowledge or not. And not only safe, now they are all going in the another level, enterprise safe. So I don't know how many success stories or real-time project is there in enterprise safe, but people are asking because the weather has changed. If I ask you to fly a kite, you can fly it when there is a shiny weather, when the air is on your back, but you can't fly the kite into a rainy session. Although you are having everything, all the equipments, all the necessary things, all the skill, but the air is not on your back. So the same scenario happening now. You need to be very honest and need to understand this real age, or what you can say real ground what we are facing. What is the reason behind that? One, if you follow LinkedIn, you can see now people are coming with PSM2 certification. So CSM, PSM1 is almost gone. So people are matured enough. Second, there was a dual push. People or the employer or the employees actually coming from different organization to new organization. And at the same time, those companies invested a lot to upskill their own employees. So these two actually increase the number of CSM or certified Scrum Masters. So that is there. Third, the biggest example or the biggest reason what I have analyzed into the last quarterly result, all the big companies from India, they have seen the pressure on their margin. And with a year on year respect, they are having almost 200 to 400 crore of losses. So anyway, anyhow, they have to manage it, right? So there is only one two way. One, either you increase the revenue or you can do the cost pressure or cost management. So the good phase may be there in last 2 years, but now the scenario is getting changed. So that is the reality what I have seen. And apart from that, another factor you can see, being a scrum master, we need to assess a lot. So from that, I have pointed out one more thing. Please don't take it personally. Is that egoistic problem has evolved. The reason behind, some people being the employee of an organization for a long time, but some people are coming back from other organization and they are having very high salary. So on that time, the existing employee always feel I have given so much of my service in this company, but someone is coming and I am reporting to him, or he is getting more, so let me give him the equal amount of work. So that ego actually is coming into the picture. I have left almost 3 jobs in last 2 years, so I have seen these phases. So these are the current scenario which has changed with respect to last 2 years. So Sunand, anything you want to add if I miss?
No, no, I mean, I think that's, I mean, see, it's a sign of that our industry is now maturing with respect to Agile and Scrum, and it's happening all the, I mean, if you ask me 10, 15 years back when we look, right, there is no role called tester or QA. Developer is only doing all this stuff. And then later on, the rules are came and different certification came, and then, now it's matured, right? And it happened with all these technology, whether it's SAP or .NET or Java, right? Initially, people are less and the demand is high. And over the period of time, the graph will be like this in opposite direction, right? And I think this is what is actually happening right now in India and even the worldwide. That's the one of the reason. Other reason which you have mentioned that honestly, if you ask me, for being a Scrum Master, we all know that how easy to get one CSM certification. If you have couple of bucks, you can just do in a weekend, and then from Monday onwards, you can put Scrum Master tag in your resume. So I'm not saying that all the people are that bad, but then the supply is too much now in the market. Earlier, let's say only 5 people are applying. Now we that increased to 50 or 500 people. So that is what. If you're not getting a kind of interview calls, or if you're not getting selected, it means you really have to work hard now, right? So, and maturity is happening both at employee level as well as at org level, as you mentioned, right? Lot of big organizations are investing in their employees. They are creating their own internal certifications, and a lot of things are happening within the organization itself. From last 5 years, I would say the impact is only we are now seeing from last 1 year and so. But then that's again a ongoing thing which is happening from last 5 to 6 years. I would say people are already seeing that okay, this thing is going to be big, Agile and Scrum, so they invested heavily on that, and now we are only seeing the results, right? So if you're not getting a calls or if you're not getting selected, it means you really have to work hard, I would say. So yeah, that's the thing, Abhishek. So what
Yep.
next?
Thank you. Yes. So if there is problem, we have to come up with the solution. That's the only way. So what I thought of is that the expectation is changed. So now you can see that the tendency into the industry, not only in India, across the world. If you are looking to apply job for Germany, even for Europe, you will be able to see maximum of the requirement is coming as an agile coach. So what is happening? So they have actually merged the Scrum Master role along with the agile coach. So people are actually looking for not only a person with Scrum knowledge, you need to have knowledge of other framework. So you need to have that knowledge to going for an interview. One. Second, what I have observed in a project perspective, if you remember from 2014 or 15, the cloud era actually begins. So the initial era was to migrate the database into the cloud. Now what I see, the AI, ML, or all those things, actually we are working on the application integration part. So and that is the reason we are actually working on the safe. So people are now matured. So on that one, you need to have that SDLC knowledge. Without that, you will not be able to speak if PI planning is going on or anything is going on. Third is that organization are now coming up with the solution that we should be having one role, not only a Scrum Master or not only a PM. So we should be having one role, Scrum Master come project manager, because just people understood this hierarchy like Scrum Master is only facilitating the calls, and that is the what I can say misunderstanding of the role is there. So they have merged it. So what we need to do, we have to upskill ourselves. So it may be you can go into the um, project management role. So Scrum Master or along with the safe certification, if you merge it with a PMP or project management, then it's a very good combination. Second thing is that what I have observed in my current organization, that they have actually reduced the number of agile coaches. So it is also telling you one thing, that the supply is very high, demand is not that good. So if you are now going for an agile coach, it will be a tough one. So it's better you can have the PM, because PM is there. There are some work which has to be done by PM, like scope of work or SOP sign. Second thing is that giving multiple KPIs or multiple reports. Fourth thing is that the stakeholder management. Although I know that as a Scrum Master we need to do that, but now they are actually looking for the project manager to remove from that one, and one Scrum Master will be doing the PM role for at least two projects. So we can upskill on that. And fourth, the most important thing what I have observed, you need to culture the practice of being calm, because suddenly the recession is actually giving us the alarming tone. As you can see, the multiple news is coming. Accenture is doing layoff, IBM is doing layoff in US. So the and Google, Amazon, they have stopped the hiring. The Indian IT companies also paused their hiring. So it is actually giving you the indication that some bit of slowness is coming. And this time, this slowness is coming because of inflation, not because of the job recession. So that is the underlying thing. So from that, we need to upscale, one, and second, we need to be very calm, because the application integration projects are actually going on, and in safe there are multiple teams you need to be involved. So from a next point of view, just to jot down, one, we need to upskill. It may be a combination of project manager with Scrum Master, or you can go for agile coach, or you can just discuss with your mentor that what would be the best one. Second, try to understand the overall project landscape, because as you are now going to play the role of PM, multiple scenario will be happening where you need to speak from a project perspective, that what is going on, what is the status, what are the problems you have. So you need to have that basic understanding from a project. And third is that please have a very calm mind, otherwise you will not be able to deal with, because as a Scrum Master we need to say yes, but although the response may be no, but the answer must be in yes. So without having that calmness in your mind, you can't answer. And if the client is angry, then you know the escalation will come into the picture. So it's better to have that calm mind. So these three action what I have pointed out. Anything you want to suggest from?
Okay, so couple of points over here. So whoever is watching this session, okay, uh, all these views are our personal, Abhishek and mine, right? And as he already gave the disclaimer in the beginning, these are just a suggestion of whatever we are observing right now, right? And maybe we are completely wrong, and that's absolutely fine. Okay. So, as you mentioned, Abhishek, upscaling is always there, irrespective of Scrum Master or any role per se, right? So that's the very fundamental thing which sometimes people tend to forget. So upskill yourself in whatever way you can. It's not about like PM or agile coach, whatever is you feel like you can do that, please do that. It can be maybe if you're interested in cloud, maybe you can do something in AWS or DevOps, or it can be anything. The idea is maybe you can have some secondary skill, I would say. As we say that, we have a T-shaped thing or this and that. But the idea is have something secondary, especially if you're working in a IT company based in India, I would say. The way people look into the role of Scrum Master is totally different. The way we are used to work over here in, at least I can tell about Netherlands part because I am here from last couple of years. I have friends in Germany, France. The way we look into the role is different. That's a fact. Though that trend is also changing, but still, it's not that. I mean, it's a different the way we see the role of a Scrum Master in India. So that's the thing. But still, the upscaling part is there, and you should always ready uh, for any kind of sometimes you have to be very flexible, as mentioned by Abhishek. If some organization is asking you to do certain things, right? Yeah, I mean that may not come into the purview of your role as a Scrum Master, right? But then you should make that distinction very clear that I am doing these things, but this is not like come under my purview as a Scrum Master. Because what will happen if you start saying yes to each and everything? At the end of the day, I would say like you will not going to justify to any of the roles, either a PM or a Scrum Master, right? So sometimes you have to say no in a way. Yeah, I mean, there are different ways of saying no. So you should be very clear
Yes.
rather than taking some work if you're not able to finish on time or with with the quality. Is better to say no. I would suggest. But then yeah, it's things are changing from last 2 years. Last year we got tremendous amount of hike and lot of offers people are getting. But that's not the case this year. So be little calm, compose, work on upskilling yourself, whatever you want. Do some trainings or read some good books, I would suggest. Certification is okay if you want to do. I would say ask your organization to put money on certification rather than I have seen people like spending their own money for doing certification. I would say, Abhishek, can you go on mute? Okay, so I just put it Abhishek on mute. Okay, so I would suggest, yeah, all those things. In fact, I would like to also maybe I'll do one more session on how to find jobs on LinkedIn or what are the things which you can put on your resume later on also, because I've seen now a lot of people are coming into the uh, job market with having very less experience, IT experience, and still they are trying. And then when they fail, they will feel that why they are failing, why they are not getting the job. So the reason is, first of all, we have a lot of inflow. The demand is little less, and the supply is now increasing. So that's the trend which we are seeing right now. So yeah, Abhishek.
Yes, and one suggestion, it's my personal opinion. So one suggestion to all is that at this point of time, when you are able to listen these news that some ray of recession is coming, please try to be with under the big umbrellas. So I cannot say in a direct way because that's the wrong thing. So please try to understand, please try to be under a big umbrella. So that will also help you to get project, because I have faced those issues. So it's better to have that. And I am telling you, this is the life cycle. After night, you will be able to see the sunlight. So the same thing, maybe next 6 months or 1 year, we are going to say a consumption period where we need to consume lot of knowledge or new skill. And again, this market will boom. So on that time, we can again fly. So just try to be under the big umbrella.
Absolutely, Abhishek. Yeah, and focus more on learning part, on practical aspect rather than just mugging some interview questions here and there. That won't help you in a longer run. So invest your time in reading some good books. You know, connect with some good groups. It's on LinkedIn or on WhatsApp or Facebook. Try to be more vocal in terms of sharing your thoughts with other. In that way, you will learn a lot. I would suggest. Don't be shy because as a Scrum Master, 99% we are doing the communication only. So if you are that kind of person, I would suggest change yourself, change your habits. Yeah. So that all I can say, Abhishek, I think. So the purpose of this session is just to give you a kind of a sense that what is happening in the market, and you guys should prepare yourself, right? And yeah, don't worry. I mean, it's a cycle. Something will go up, it will come down, and something is down, it will go up, right? And it's happening across the world. So don't worry. Stick to your job wherever you are working. Try to give at least 200%. If someone is asking for two things, try to help him or her, your manager or your team members, with something else as well. That's the idea. So if you can showcase that you are doing not only your assigned activities but something else, that's make you different from other 10 different team members. So that should be the idea. The visibility should be there, that what exactly you are doing.
Yes.
Either you are just as a one of the team member, or you are visible in the team, whether client know your name or not, right? What additional thing which you are doing, what contribution you are making to the team. All these things are small things, but at the end of the day, yeah, because see, the Scrum Master job is like a like it's kind of thankless job for most of the organization, for most of the people, right? So how you can show your visibility, that's very important, right? So yeah, I think our focus should be on that. People should not treat you like you are like one of the, yeah, I mean, not so important team member. You should. So I mean, again, it's varies from person to person, but then it's you who's going to show your worth to other, right? No one will come to you and then ask for that, right? So that's, I think, the bottom line, Abhishek.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else, Abhishek, you want to add?
Yeah, one final line I have to add is that what I got the call. So please don't compare with anyone. So I know being a human mind or being a human that automatically come, but don't do that, right? If you compare, end of the day you will be full with anxiety. So as I told, the weather has changed. So even I also got a very good number of hike in last 2 years. I have to be very honest, but I can't consider that same thing in the next 6 months. And the same thing is applicable to all the viewers. So just try that whether you are able to crack the interview or not. And another suggestion, what I just told yesterday, that some people are telling I got the call, but it is asking for some other location. Please say yes, I am happy for any location, because your first job is to clear the first round and second round. In HR discussion, you can negotiate for your location. I did it for my current organization. But first you prove yourself. If you are able to get 8 or 9 out of 10, company is there to negotiate with you. Without having anything on the very first call, you are saying I am not willing to go to Pune, I am not willing to go to Bangalore. Yeah, why? I am giving you an offer, you are not giving me any offer. So you should understand yourself. So first crack
Even
the two level and then
even
go
I
for the
don't
negotiation.
understand this problem. If someone will going to tell you that, Abhishek, I'm sending you to on-site for 6 months or 1 year or 1 month, you will be ready. That time you will not think about your family, your parents and all those things, your location. You just lie. I have not find even a single person who will say no, that no, I will not go to on-site, right? But when someone will giving you a better opportunity, a good growth, a good package, you are saying no just because of location constraint, right? So maybe see, it's again a individual thing, but I would
Hmm.
suggest take that opportunity, go see there for 6 months, 1 month, whatever, 1 year, be there, because until unless you will move to other location, you will not get that kind of growth, honestly.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't know like why that's perception, but then it's there. So try
And that
to
is, yeah, that is also a point that it convey information that you are doing agile, not being agile.
forget
So
about agile, but then again, you should be
yes,
flexible enough, right? I mean,
yes,
in terms of your own career, in terms of your own
yes,
growth, right? If someone is giving you a good package or good company, if you are getting, right, just go there. Sometimes brand name matters,
yes,
sometimes package is not that important. There are a lot of constraints. So maybe one particular location I don't have to mention, but then maybe you don't have that much opportunity over there. But if you go to Bangalore, you may have a lot of opportunity over there, and
yes,
maybe that company itself have a maybe branch in your uh, native place or something like that, right? So be little flexible in terms of all these things, especially when all this recession news and this and that is coming. If someone is going to tell you that
yes,
go to this location or that location, never say no. You never know, like when you when you say no, the next time your name is there in the list. So
yes,
don't do these things. Be very open and flexible. Once you lost your job, then you will say no, I'm open for now any location.
yes,
So that's the challenge, right? So don't do that. I
yes,
also got a lot of messages that I don't have a job and now I'm open for all the location. The same guy, but now it's too late, right? So don't do that, right? I would suggest take the opportunity the very, I would not say very first, but then take that opportunity and just move on, right? So
yes,
okay, so I think we have covered most of the thing. Yeah,
yes,
work on your resume, work on your LinkedIn. So again, people don't know how to use LinkedIn effectively. You have a lot of connection, but you hardly interact with them. Once in a year, or when you need them, then only you are going and typing, "Hi, hello, I need a job, and this is my resume. Please help." It won't work like this, right? So you have to develop that kind of relationship over period of time. if I don't know anyone, maybe yeah, I can help him or her. But then if I know you personally, when I say personally, it is there's some conversation is happening from last, let's say, 6 months or whatever, right? So I know that guy. Okay, now he know me and I know him, right? So maybe I will do more for him or her rather than some random guy just coming and sending me his or her resume, right? So I am doing that, but then the bottom line is try to find your core, uh, you know, around what exactly you are looking for. Interact with them a lot. At least do some kind of activity on LinkedIn, and then only the employers or other people will notice you, right? Do something, whatever you want. It's not like always a post. Do some comments and this and that, give your opinions on different posts, or if you can write something your own, do that, right? Increase your visibility, I would say, on LinkedIn, because nowadays Monster and Naukri.com are effective, but then LinkedIn is much more effective compared to other job portals, I would suggest. So do that. Utilize your LinkedIn uh, friends effectively. Interact with them a lot. Show them, help them first, then only take their help. Yeah, so all these are things. Make your resume, try to make your resume good. Sometimes your resume just plain resume, and don't try to mix and match all those your tester, that I am a tester and then I am a this and that. And people will forget like what exactly they are looking in your resume, right? So be very specific. If you are a Scrum Master, try to, at least for last 1 or 2 jobs, try to make your profile with respect to Scrum Master only. Do not try to mix and match everything, right? And we have done a lot of sessions on how to create the resume, how to insert the keywords, because all those people who HR people and all those TA people, they just have specific keyword. They just type on the job portals, and then whatever the people came in 510, they just message them, right? So be very active. Update your resumes on job portals, and update your profiles regularly. If you don't know, ask for some reviews from your friends or from LinkedIn members, that can you review my profile, can you help me with something. People will help you. It's just like you have to reach out to them, right? Reach out to multiple times. If you just send one time and then, yeah, I mean, people have a lot of different work, right? So maybe sometimes they forget, sometimes they not reply, sometimes the timing is not that great. So do some 1 or 2 more follow-ups. So if just to check whether he's actually interested or he just forget. So there are a lot of things, and we can talk about this on and on and on. But I think for this session, I think we are good, Abhishek. You're on mute, Abhishek, I think.
Yeah, we are good because all the things already covered.
Okay, okay. So friends, if you still have any kind of doubts, clarification, please let us know. Put in a comments. You can reach out to me, to anyone on LinkedIn. You can email me also. We'll try to gather all your questions and queries, and maybe we can do more sessions like that. So that's the reason we are just having this quick session, and because we are also getting that kind of queries a lot, so we thought it's better to have one common session and just close these things. So I think, Abhishek, we are good, and thanks for your time today, Abhishek. I think people will get some sort of idea like what is exactly is happening in the market, right?
Hope same that it will be helpful for them.
Okay, Abhishek. Thanks everyone, and if you find some value, please hit like and do subscribe. Career Talk. You will find tons of information with respect to Agile Scrum, lot of real life interview questions, and upcoming. There are a lot of upcoming sessions which are there in pipeline. So do watch and subscribe, and share this with your other colleagues, friends, Scrum Masters. So yeah, with this thought, thanks everyone. Bye. All the
Yep.
best.
Bye now. Yep. Bye.